I think okay. Let's try this again. So, welcome everybody to the live stream session. I am one of your hosts, your boy Ron, and going to kick things off really nice and simple. Like, hopefully, you guys had a fantastic week, a fantastic weekend. I got to give you guys some updates. I got to give you guys some updates and whatnot. But I just want to say, first and foremost, just thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for riding with us. We're almost through the end of the year. We are almost through the end of the year. And this year has flown by so quick. So quick. This thing has flown by so quick. So I'm excited. I'm excited to share some good news. I am excited to have you guys here to be a part of this journey that I'm on. And we're going up. We're going up to the tippity top. Okay. So, while we're waiting for everybody else to come in, and before we get into tonight's stream, want to do a virtual roundtable or virtual roll call, if you want to call it that. Let me. I'm trying to get this thing set up, y'all. I am trying to get everything set up. But yeah, for those who are coming in, welcome, welcome. And for those who are trickling in later on, welcome, welcome. For those who are watching or will be watching later on after this live broadcast, again, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming in. I got to change my name. So we do that. Let's see. What do I want to go by for tonight, you guys? What do I want to go for tonight? What should I go as? What should I do? What should I stream? What should I be? Who should I be? Where should I be? Um, there we go. There we go. Boom. That works. That works. I like that. I like that. Got to be on pace. Got to stay on pace. So while we're getting everybody coming in for those viewers that are coming in, welcome, welcome, and hopefully we can get some of the folks over on Twitter to show up. I don't know. On the way to find out. Let's go see. Let's go check out Twitter real quick. Why? Because Twitter has been nice to us. Twitter has been awesome to us. And is Twitter is Twitter. Hopefully Twitter will figure out how to there we go. Boom. And I think they did not show. No. Nope, that's not what I want. That is not what I want. Okay. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, hold up, hold it. Hold it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where is it? Oh boy. Okay. Oh wait, no. Oh sweet. Okay. I'll take that. But there it goes. Haha. Well, I'll find it. Boom. I knew I would find it. So again, just coming in, just doing some stuff, just doing some table talk, just doing some table talk. My bad, y'all. I am hot. I am sweaty, as you guys can tell. Was wrestling around with my oldest, trying to get some macaroni and cheese. I finally got some macaroni and cheese, and that macaroni and cheese was the bomb. Oh, I loved it. And by the way, if he's watching, you're a bum. Anyway, so last week my youngest was pretty much sick the whole week last week. Went to school one day, and that was Thursday. But even then, he was still sicker than a dog, still super sick as a dog. And I was talking to his teachers and to the other staff members, like, listen, I'm probably gonna keep him home Friday because he's not looking the world's greatest. Like we tried, y'all. It's like if it wasn't for the silly, strict attendance guidelines and disclosures they had, I would have had him home all week. But I was like, it is what it is. They're like, we get it, we understand. He doesn't look well and everything else. So weekend, pretty much, he spent that weekend just getting better, getting a lot of rest, getting a lot of fluids. Come to find out, he had influenza A, which is the different strand of the flu, but he got over it, thank God. But it's been going around in my area. It's been going around in my area. I know two of my coworkers, they went home earlier today because they were feeling the bug and everything else. And so I told them, like, listen, you guys go home. I don't want to see you back until at least Thursday. Like, just take Wednesday to rest, do what you got to do. But Thursday, if you're feeling like you can handle it, come in. If not, don't worry about it. I will take care of everything. Don't even worry about it. So, like, okay, cool, great, whatever. So they went home sick, but then again, it's like a bunch of kids now they're coming down with it too as well. So it's just one of those things where you have to be careful. You have to be careful. And if you are not careful, you might mess around and get sick yourself. Okay. And whatever is floating around, whatever is going on, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth risking. Yep, had to switch over, whatnot. Boom, shakalaka. But anyways, gotta get myself centered. So with that being said, got another update, but I'm gonna hold on that because we got the we got another person from the trio who just showed up in the place to be, and this man just got him a brand new whip. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, it's nice. This car is nice. This car is nice. He has the type of car where if your girl calls and says, "Hey, I just want you to come pick me up. Do you want to take me shopping?" Like, okay, sure, cool, great. I don't even want the gas money. And then she'll turn around like, you know what? Because you don't want no gas money, I'm gonna come to your crib and I am going to fix you a nice 4 course meal, and I don't want nothing in return. Like, oh, okay, cool, great. And then he's such a gentleman. He's such a gentleman. He will take your girl back to your place and said, "Hey, had a nice time. Like, hey, I had a nice time with your girl. She was cool. She was awesome. Pretty cool." And just have him just fuming at the face, like, "What did you do? What did you do? Oh, don't worry. Oh, don't worry. I didn't touch her or anything. No, she just made me a good meal. She just made me a good meal. That's it. She just fed me to my stomach, was content, and I was happy." So, without further ado, y'all go ahead. Y'all give it up for the homie Toby.
Boom, boom, boom. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, such a gentleman. I try. I really try.
No,
Um,
you are a gentleman and a scholar.
yes. Definitely to the scholar. Oop, I think there's a little echo because I have this thing playing.
Right?
Um, okay, not too bad. But yeah, what's up, everybody? What is going on with the Ron and the Don? I don't know.
There you go. No, I'll take it.
Yeah, been so goodness. I've been just busy, busy. Just before I came on, I was for work. I was trying to finish a training. And this has been a long kind of not overdue, but it's just something that I
Mm-hmm.
got access to a little before Thanksgiving, and I've been dragging my feet with it. So I just hunkered down a bit yesterday. I didn't get to work on it yesterday consistently, but I put some progress. Today I put a lot more, and I really had to spend a lot of time after work because I didn't get
Mm-hmm.
as much productive stuff done during proper work hours, not till late afternoon, and that was like already like probably after 3 p.m. So I was like, okay, gotta finish this. Got myself 30 minutes left
Mm-hmm.
on one module of the training. Um,
Nice.
and so I was like, okay, cool. Let me get myself to the 30-minute point. And I still have another module. I have like three more modules, but I just wanted to get some stuff done. And then I was on the phone call. I needed to check in with someone real quick. And then I was like, okay, it's getting to 9. So pivoted obviously to this grand old crowd here.
Woo
Um,
woo. Right.
indeed. I'll probably force myself to sleep early so I can do what I need
Hey,
to do. Like once we get off the stream and everything, because I actually woke up today and yesterday relatively early. So
there you go.
when I say relative, I mean today was 6 something, like 6:40. Yesterday was like probably 7 something. And normally, like, I'm not awake anywhere near those times. Like, I know, Ron, you probably are just like, body clock is different. You have kids and you work in the school system, so you don't have a choice. But for me, very
Yeah.
lax work from home environment. I would be lucky to be up by like late morning sometimes, especially if I didn't have any real like meetings and the tasks were fluid. So I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, let me try. Unfortunately, I went back to sleep today. Like, I woke up at 6 something, didn't go back to sleep right away. It wasn't until like after 10 o'clock, and I already ate food and stuff. I should have just gone to my office, but I was like, let me work from home because I'll be more productive. If I drive and get myself shaken up, I might be less productive. And then I went to
Mhm.
sleep. Didn't start working for real until like I don't even know. It was somewhere in the afternoon when I like was in and out of sleep, and it was like after 2 p.m. Like I don't remember when I went to sleep, but it was definitely probably in the 11ish space. And then next thing I know, it's 1 or it's 12 something. Then it's like 1:15. I was like, crap. Then it's 2. And I was like, okay, I gotta get out of bed. So um,
Hey.
yeah, it was tough. Like I was very productive afterwards, and once I got stuff together, but like no, like I really had to force myself. Um, but no, anyways, I didn't have it playing when you were doing your intro and everything. So what's going on? And what's going on? These guys, Rocky,
Yay.
a big
What it
house,
do? What it do?
a big chow, chow,
Howdy. Howdy,
chow.
partner.
Um,
Yes.
but yeah, we out here.
We out here. However, we're not completely out here because we got the last person to complete the Triforce, the trifecta.
Love it.
Uh-oh. Who is this?
I'll be, I'll be,
I'll
I'll be.
be there for you. Hey,
Oh,
that's clever. I like it.
I do like. I've never seen that before.
I like it.
Where do you find us from, Albie? It's always good to
Out
see
here.
new people, or maybe you're an old person who's a larker and is showing your face now. Either way, we appreciate it. We love to see
Right?
where we get our followers from.
Yes, the trendy assembly. I'm trying to tell you because this one person, this the person who I'm about to bring on next to the show, she is Toby. How would you describe this third person? How would you describe her?
How would I describe her?
How would you describe her in the best?
So, so sharp, always wit. The wit is so sharp, you might mess around and cut your head off, like Lil Wayne
Woo!
said.
Come
Lil
on.
Wayne said, always with the clapbacks. Don't try her. She'll, like you say, Ron. She'll tell you about her. She'll tell you about yourself. You might not like it at first, but then you'll like eventually, hopefully, improve as a person or do some reflection. Always great. I mean, all of us
Mm,
have our monologues, but definitely always has a good perspective with her monologues and her
yes.
input. Always, a great source of just, I didn't think about that like that, or saying things that are like, things that should be obvious and being like, yeah, why is this the case in society? Definitely someone who makes you think, and has a great podcast. I need to catch up
Oh
with
yeah.
all the episodes. I'm really bad in general at podcasts, ironically. But I do remember listening to the one that, not the latest one, but the last one before.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
so I'm gonna have to plug that agreeable gray area. Um, you
Yes.
have any more
A
words?
gap.
Hello? Yeah, A gap.
A gap.
Yes, we're branding it. We're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And don't forget, she is the queen. I don't care what nobody says. She's the undisputed queen of Super Smash Brothers.
Thank
It don't matter which version it is. It could be the one from the Nintendo 64. She will put them. She will put them hands on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Thank you, Rocky.
you.
Miss about to steal your boy.
Silly
Yeah. Yes,
boy.
she is.
Oh
Yes, she
snap!
is. And even then, you know what? She's so cold with it. She's so cold with it. She will give him back to you just to steal him again, just to prove a point, just to prove a point. Y'all know her, y'all love her. She has a podcast on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, on Apple, wherever you can find your podcasting listening stations, whatever. She is on there. Y'all give it up for the one and only the lovely Elle.
Oh my god, thank you.
Double dose.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Like that is just incredible. Like I feel like it's like holy shit. Am I really this awesome?
I mean, you are.
Basically.
Aw, thanks guys. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Well,
You guys are so amazing.
I mean,
Oh my goodness. Like I don't think I could live up to that intro.
tell you,
I'm
we have fun around
you
here. We have
said,
fun around
oh
Yeah.
here.
yeah, absolutely.
No,
We
but
have fun around these
I'm,
parts. Yes.
I really appreciate that. I say things that I guess make you guys think like, oh, I haven't thought about it that way. That's that's really awesome. Hi, Jamento.
Right? Right? Come on, Chad. You know what time it is.
This is hilarious. This is so hilarious, but I love it. I love I love the gassing up. I love the big ups. I
Yeah,
love
and
it.
Oh,
we big up everyone up here
oh
Hmm.
yeah. Oh yeah. You mess around, you want to get on the stream. Oh yeah, I'm fully
for
ahead.
our new
I'm
viewers.
telling you.
I was say our must be new viewers. I won't call anyone out by name, but the clearly must be new out here that we always gas up our guests and show love into not our guests, our co-hosts and always show love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, what's been almost 3 years we've been rocking with each other, so it's like might as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Might
Yeah.
as well. Might as well. I mean, doing this every Tuesday night at 9 p.m.
Yeah. For
Might as
like
well.
like 2 hours or so.
Yeah.
I'd say on average.
Yeah.
So that's a good amount of time.
Yeah. You get to know
Yes.
people.
Huh?
You get to know people.
Yeah, I was about to say you get to know a person. You get to know people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, L, how was your weekend?
How was my weekend? I just remember like I just kept waking up late. Like I kept going to sleep late and waking up late.
Mm-hmm.
Um because like I finished the season for Agreeable Gray Area. I've been just kind of like relaxing. I mean, it's not like I was like, you know, working like super hard. Like I'm not saying like I wasn't working hard on the podcast, but like I wanted to get it out sooner than I did, like the last episode. But I just like I'm just like giving myself, like this month to just like really just relax because either I'm like editing the podcast at a coffee shop over the weekend or I'm like working on other projects, that I'm doing. Like it was just always like a habit for me to just like, all right, I gotta eat something, go to a coffee shop, and I was like doing that every weekend for like months. So it was just nice that like I actually didn't do that. Not necessarily on purpose. I just kept leaving kind of late or like, getting ready late because I just kept waking up late. So I just ended up kind of just doing other things. Um yeah, I didn't do anything super spectacular. Oh, I did actually drop my mom off to the train station on Saturday. She went to go visit my sister over on the west coast of Florida, and not like west, not that west, but
Fair enough.
yeah. But like the train takes almost as long as driving, and apparently it was pretty cheap. She said it was like $31. I was like, that's nothing. Considering
Right?
it was like a 4.5 hour train ride. It's like that's all.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, I know. I'd take that. But um, I started. I don't think I've mentioned this actually. I started growing some like vegetables, herbs. So I'm trying to think like what's the I don't know scallions. I'm pretty sure that's like
Nice.
that's a vegetable. I don't really think it's an herb, right?
Yes, I consider it like a vegetable,
The
like an
scallion,
onion.
It is an onion. It is.
Yeah.
It's part of the onion family. Well, I call them green onions. I call them
Right.
green.
Yeah. Yeah.
I call them green onions. But yeah, they're scallions. Nice.
Yeah. And like leaf lettuce and
Hmm.
Italian basil. I think it was like a basil leaf lettuce and then or like the brand was basil. I don't know. Like my friend sent these seeds to me for like my birthday, and I finally got around to actually planting them. Like I think it was just like a week ago, a little bit over a week ago, and like it's already growing, and it's really cool.
Nice.
So hopefully, I won't have to buy scallions anymore.
Yes.
And I do want to eventually like grow some more things because I do have like a decent sized patio that I don't really utilize, sadly. But so I want to do that. I want to really start utilizing it. So that's like I guess something that's going into the new year.
Hmm.
And yeah, like it's easy, especially like right now at this stage where they're literally just starting to like sprout. So they look like cute little guys.
Mm.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Used space.
I'm telling you, Chad, I'm telling you, I'm like, man, you have the perfect climate to growing whatever.
It's
You
true.
really, you have the perfect climate to grow whatever.
Right.
And it's nice. It's pretty much nice like all year round. So it's like, heck yeah, take advantage of it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like I definitely want to grow rosemary because I actually like use
Ooh,
rosemary and I hear it's like not too hard to grow.
Nice.
And
Ew.
but like
hey
I think
yo.
but I think it'll just be great to, grow things and be able to like eat them and not have
Mhm.
to pay for them. It's kind of like weird comparison. I don't know why the hell this came to mind, but it's like when you buy like paper towels or toilet paper in bulk. And it's like, okay, I don't have to like go to the grocery store and constantly think about like, oh, do I have paper towels at home? It's like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
I have a shit ton of paper towels at home, so I'm good.
Mhm. Yes.
I want to be like, oh yeah, I got a shit ton of scallions, green onions, or a shit ton of tomatoes if I eventually grow tomatoes. I do like tomatoes, so I might do that. But rosemary for sure. So yeah, that's okay.
I
Find
ain't
a
gonna speak.
decent man apparently. But
You said like with a man.
that was right.
Wow.
Find a decent man apparently.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Every
Yep.
joke
Yeah.
has half truth.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I do end up like when I do end up finding like decent men and then like I don't know, something always kind of ends up happening, but who knows? All the short for limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, Rolex wearing, wheeling and dealing, lady of the morning.
I mean,
Interesting.
Rocky, you hold on. Wait a minute. You might have a point. You might have a point. You might.
Big G.
And then
I was
hold
gonna
on.
say
Hold
Elle
on.
donates the men. She's like,
Hey, long time no see.
yeah, so
Hey.
that's her name from a flashback.
Yeah.
It's always good to see you. How's everybody been? Like, how has everybody been doing? I'm gonna post it in the chat.
Yeah, definitely. Like, chat, let us know how you've been doing because we're really going to need to know, especially for this topic.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
We
yeah.
listen. So tell us,
Ooh,
lay it on us. How are you doing? For real, for real.
Yeah, for real, for
yes.
real. But, Toby, how are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I I was mostly talking about what I ended up doing today. Like I didn't do a whole recap, but I was like, yeah, I actually was pretty productive. Minus I was up early today and yesterday, like way earlier than I usually would be, which is kind of
Right.
like a testament to just like how just lack there's just a lack of structure in a lot of ways. So I was up probably like six something today and up maybe seven something yesterday. Is and for being able to work from home, like even if you want to wake up kind of early, you can take away commute time. So the fact that I don't even need to go in my office, and when I do, I usually go in later, like in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
at lunch. So it's like, oh my gosh, I'm up at 6 something. Let me go back to sleep. Oh, I can't. So, and last night I went to bed probably relatively early. Yeah, sometimes Jesse, that's how it is, getting by and surviving. Um, but oh no, it's amazing. I'm doing what I love. It's working. It's amazing. I mean, yeah, doing what you love is important. Like I'm still trying to get to that level, to be honest. Um, but overall, it was good. Like I
I'm
got to
sorry you're doing super bad though.
when
Gil.
he said that, I was like, maybe he's just like putting a joking spin on it, or like, you're actually doing like I'm. What does that mean? It was like I am straight up not having a good time.
I, I guess it's sort of like, like usually like people are like, I'm not, like assuming, but it's like usually like when you go to like working is usually like where we're like doing bad, but like he loves what he does. So it's like, what's the other aspect? Like, it's like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to sound like, I guess I just want to know. Like, we could talk off stream, Gil, but I do want to know.
Really drown in pool filled with water.
What?
Wait,
Are you like overworked, but you love it, but it's like, oh, I love, because like Gil, hosts podcasts for like other people and stuff, which is great.
Right.
But like maybe Gil wants to do more of his own things.
Okay.
Or do you feel like overworked?
So are you like overworked and underpaid like I don't know, 90% of Americans?
I'm glad that Jesse Dunn is getting by,
Yes.
surviving, like taking it, I guess, one step at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to. Got to.
Yeah.
Especially with everything pretty much coming to oh, here we go.
yeah, overworked. I still work full time. Everything's fine.
Right. That's what I'm getting. It's like, oh, well, it's great though. It's like, if you, oh no, you guys haven't watched Insecure. I don't know why you haven't. The show is like perfect.
Yeah, I need to. There's a lot of shows out there that I'm like, yo, I need to actually get on this.
Yeah, like no,
Mm.
like legitimate. Like I think it got like, it didn't get a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes, but it got certified fresh. It was like 97, 98% or something. It was like damn near perfect.
That's really good. Yeah.
I mean, I
You
get
might
you
need
on that one.
exactly. Insecure is perfect. Thank you. I think you need like one more thing, Gil, than anime and matcha. I think you need like at least one more thing.
Yes.
No, but there's the actress. Well, actually, I should say comedian, actress, multi hyphenated Amanda Seals, who's also like, of course, like controversial, but I like her. Actually, I'm wearing her shirt. Funny enough, she's one of the characters in the show, and like she plays like a light skinned bougie chick.
Okay.
And she always she always says like, oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So like that's what I'm thinking. Like Gil is saying, it's like, oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. This is fine, it's fine. I'm pretty drained from working too much, but the money is too good to change. And it's like you work too much, but you don't have the time to spend it. Yeah, Amanda Seals. People find her controversial. I could see that though. Like, I can see how people can find her controversial. I feel like she's kind of calmed down a bit, at least in my opinion.
Like Octavia Butler has been turned to a show that's on Hulu starting today. Huh. Yeah, there's so much. Yeah, like I don't know that much about her personally, but I do know that like I think there was a lot of like things on Instagram where she would talk about like sort of like the deconstructing whiteness. I don't know. I don't remember her very well, but like I would see maybe like a little bit of clips of her here and there. But I'm not sure what circles like. I mean, I don't know. Like I don't know exactly what circle. Like I didn't even know she was into Insecure.
She's in Insecure.
No, that's what I was saying. I think it sounded like I said into, but the worst.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're fine. I yeah, I caught it too when I said it. But I was like, huh, okay. There's a lot of people where it's just like I'm not always very aware of what they're doing. I just hear the names. I know they get into controversy. I can't tell you one individual controversy with her, but I can kind of like imagine. Right, Kindred for School, so I don't remember it. No, I don't even think I know the book. That's the sad thing. I'm like,
Like
yikes.
I know who Octavia Butler is. I definitely heard of her, but I didn't know the fuck with her and like other half don't know in between. Like I don't know because I guess like I come from the like just listening to her. Like I used to like listen to like her Instagram stories like all the time. Like I think it was even like before the pandemic and like a lot during the pandemic. And you know, like some of the things she says, like I don't really like agree with, but it's like, yeah, you know, I don't really agree with. And then there were other times where like, but I really got the realization when I wanted to see a particular interview that she did on like, I want to say it was like MSNBC or something. And so I just like went to YouTube. I did like Amanda Seales interview. I did something really vague. And then I saw all of these videos of like, you know, black men with podcasts, like bashing Amanda Seales, talking about Amanda Seales, going in on, and I was just like, whoa, what the hell?
Interesting.
It's like, what kind of content do they even get from her and have enough to like talk for like an hour and a half? It was Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's I think that's kind of like when she in a way like blew up. Don't OMG it was yes, it was Caitlyn Jenner. Like that was like because like in the interview like Amanda Seales goes cuz she went off on her and like she goes like, "Oh, you know, like because Caitlyn Jenner's, you know, still like a Republican." And oh, you legit forgot. Oh, my bad. My bad.
Wow.
I feel like it only comes out to make news every now and then, but most people don't remember who she is.
Right. But yeah, but like Caitlyn Jenner was saying like how is it I don't know saying some bullshit like how is it bad that I say I love my country? It's like well you have to understand that it's like you and then Amanda Seales was like you can say it from a position that I cannot, you know, like black like America just got like was just okay with trans people like by like 2 o'clock today. But like she has like a really great response to what Caitlyn Jenner said. I don't know. I'll see if I can find it on YouTube. I'm sure it's somewhere. But like Amanda Seales shares it kind of often, and I'll share it in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Like what in the tarnation? Exactly, exactly. That's how I felt. I guess because like I'm a fan of hers, and like you know, like I've seen like the ups and the downs. I've seen her live. You know, like of course like I bought like her merch, but you had to like take a picture with her. Like there's a picture of me, her, and my brother, like on my Instagram, like pretty far down. Yeah. And I listen to her podcast from time to time too. And it could be really good. Like she like her podcast gave me the inspiration for like how I title my podcast episodes. Like her podcast is called Small Doses and each episode's like side effects of I don't know, blah 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 side effects of this side of so that's why I'm like the gray area of this. So that's like where I got that idea from.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
Small. Okay, I have to look at it then.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I love it. I love it when we can come together and share about weekends and play catch up in a weird way because a lot of times if we can't make it to the Discord because work, live, family, whatever, it's like, man, it sucks. But even though we still have that line of communication open, sometimes a lot of us can come here and be like, you know what, let me just check in, let me just, feel the pulse of the chat and just vibe out, We create a safe space for a reason. However, I gotta put in the disclaimer. Haven't done this in a while now. Haven't done this in a while. So the one thing that we don't take kindly to is disrespect in any way, shape, form. Don't care. This is your warning. This is your final warning. And if you come in kind of hostile, like I'm gonna kick you out the door. Not sorry. Not sorry. Don't want to ruin the experience for anybody else and everything. I know a lot of say, well, you just ignore them. Like, yeah, the simple way to ignore them is to kick them out. Be like the bouncer. Like, you don't have to be here. You don't. But that's just a disclaimer. For everybody else, you are more than welcome to show up. You are more than welcome to be here. You are more than welcome to chat, to chime in, to share jokes, to share puns. Oh, don't worry, Gil. You're good. You're safe. You're safe. There's like you and like a handful of others who got the VIP section, so y'all can pop bottles all day. Drinks are on us. Oh no, we don't need that. I mean, of course we don't need that, but at the same time, sometimes it's good to have that disclosure ahead of time so people don't just come in here and start acting a monkey and think they can get away with it. Nope, not on my watch. Nope.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for, definitely like saying that and reiterating that because we don't have time for that shit. Like,
Ain't nobody got time
Exactly.
for that.
no, we are old. We don't look it, but we are old.
I mean, I mean,
We're internet old.
oh yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah. We're not like
yeah.
these Zoomers running around, zooming around.
Mm-mm.
It's like it's annoying. Like when you try to give them a chance, it's like, yeah, you can listen and talk, and then like all they do is just like say racist shit. It's like, come on, like stop, don't act brand new.
Come on,
Yeah, don't act brand new.
come on, come on.
We'll be wild.
I will kick you where you came from. I will kick you where you came from. But without further ado, tonight's topic. Tonight's topic.
Instagram mode.
We're like TikTok geriatric.
Yeah, definitely
Ow.
old.
But then again, I'm not on TikTok, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, I deleted TikTok. I don't know for how long, but I think it's for the better. No, I don't like. I mean, like I don't know how long I've deleted it. It's probably been like a week. I think. I don't know.
You did say that you were going to try to start deleting certain. Yeah, that's one I could probably get rid of because I don't even use it the way I used to. But I want to create stuff on it. But like right now, it's just taking up space on my phone.
Right. Right. Um.
But yeah, sorry, go on, Ron.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Getting my thoughts together. So thank you. So basically, what I was saying was the reason why we were asking how everybody is doing, checking in with you guys, feeling the pulse of the chat, because tonight's topic is all about taking one step at a time. And basically, what we are going to do in a nutshell is to pick each other's brains as far as figuring out, okay, what is your goal? What are the steps that you're going to take to get there? Now, the thing about it is, anybody can say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go into the gym and I'm gonna pump iron. I'm gonna do protein shakes. I'm gonna do this at the third." Like, okay, that's cool, great, but realistically, what are you going to do to get from where you're at now to get to the gym to do this, to do that? So pretty much setting up realistic goals and realistic expectations for yourself. So when you go into the new year, you don't screw yourself on day one. So we're going to try to help you unscrew yourself before you screw yourself, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
That's our job, to help unscrew you so you screw yourself flat out. And at the end of the day, end of the show, end of the stream, hopefully you will become, I don't know, better. I don't even know. Rocky.
Dr. Rocky. That's true.
I
Yeah,
mean, you got a
I did
point
see that
there.
that's actually a thing,
Hmm.
legislation that might actually ban TikTok for real this time. So we will see.
Yeah, honestly, like the more I think about it, the more it's probably good, you know, because like it's bad. Like I get it because like people actually have like jobs on TikTok,
Right.
but like TikTok is fucking terrifying.
It's
Hmm.
Like I'll be like having like of course like I know that like every app kind of does this. I just feel like TikTok is like much better at this. Where like I
Right.
just have a conversation with somebody about something, and then like there'll be a TikTok about it. But the thing
Mm,
about TikTok is like it'll just constantly show you original videos that people make specifically about that thing. Whereas
mm,
like Facebook will show you like if you're talking about like Carrabba's, Facebook will show you an ad about Carrabba's. I don't think it really does that anymore, but it definitely did. Like if you're like looking on Amazon for like a lamp, Instagram might show you an ad for some lamps.
mm,
It was more so like an ad. It was never like I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see like my friend holding a lamp that's like for sale, you know? Like it was never like that
Mhm.
original. Whereas TikTok like does that, which is I feel like is even more scary.
interesting.
Right. That is, and I think I can speak for myself. D,
Hey,
what's happening?
hey, good
What's
to see you.
popping? What's
What
popping?
is happening? You are right on time, madam. You are right on time. So,
Yes.
um, no, it's a good thing you brought that up because for like the longest time, like I contemplated getting TikTok, contemplated like 2 years contemplating getting TikTok, and I was like, because everybody was like, yeah, TikTok is the way to go.
Right,
TikTok is
right, right.
this, TikTok is that, blah blah blah. I'm like, man, what if TikTok is the next big thing? Then sure, whatever, I'll take it. But I never really got into it, and
Mm-hmm.
so I would get like little videos of somebody doing something weird or saying something weird, and it's kind of like, okay, I can kind of get that, and okay, that's funny, get it, or that's thought provoking. But at the same time, it never caused me to cross that threshold as far as saying, hey, I'm going to sign up, give TikTok my very basic and generic information so I can log in and see what the world is going on TikTok.
Mm,
Like it never really got me into it. I thought about it, like, you know what? No. But the one thing I can say is I know a lot of times when I scroll through Facebook, I see this a lot too. A lot of times through Facebook, they'll get these little TikTok posts and they'll throw something on there. And I have a double take, like, wait a minute, wait, what? Like, did this person really just say that? And it almost has like 5,000 likes and counting. Like, that's wrong. That's super wrong. Super wrong. But I'm like, yeah, go for it. Share. Like. No, unlike. Don't share. Block. Please. Why? Because you guys are stroking somebody's ego who really does not need to be stroked because they're wrong. You know, it's okay to let somebody know that they're wrong, and here's the reasons why. Like, listen, I think you're wrong because you done took this out of context, this out of context, this out of context, and I will totally go toe to toe with you and let you know why, because you're wrong. And somebody has to at least tell you, hey, dude, you're wrong. Or hey, sis, you're wrong. You know, it's okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. Different types of format for different people. I mean, even when Vine was a thing, I remember there was some people who I
Yeah.
thought would have been more into it who were like, "Oh, this is like what's wrong with this generation," short attention span, like, or whatever. TikTok though, so it is a bit overwhelming. Hey, who's this?
Yeesh. Oh yeah, there we go.
I haven't seen this one in forever.
Yes, the number one mod
Show.
in Twitch history, hands down, Mish cosplay. Number
Yes,
one mod. Yes. I don't care anybody says. The Melanated Council has the best moderator, hands down.
there is.
Don't
Yes.
care.
Yes, we do.
And I'm gonna put it to you like this: internet, I could fight all of y'all. I don't care. I will be the one. I will be the one against the billions and the trillions. I will be Neo against the agents. Yep, that'll be me.
Hey, peak volume. I was watching comps. Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
didn't like the app because it was just random. But like the comps, I would be like best of this time, like September 2013, September 2014, or it's October 2013. And then sometimes I would be like, let me find creator like Mighty Duck, or other people
Hmm.
who would be like, yeah, let me do. Oh, dismiss. Not this thing listening to me.
Get rid of it.
I don't even know what I said to trigger.
Hold on.
Oh.
You're good. No, you're good. You're good.
So the emotes look fine in the chat, but for whatever reason, when you just shared the thing, it didn't seem to encode properly. I don't know. That was
Yeah, that's weird.
so like if someone's not on Twitch, they would have literally seen the word like left hand heart, right hand heart
Yeah.
instead
Like,
of actual like. What, actually, let me check on Twitch real quick. Yeah, it looks fine. From because I have the Twitch stream open. It looks fine there. Yeah, TikTok can be very interesting. I usually just see people post things on like Snap, and I mean, I don't know, like they could be interesting. They can be, yeah. Usually, sometimes they're a little meta, where it's like, okay, I don't really get it because there's some deeper, um, reference. But there's a lot of like I saw something. I mean, Al, you've kind of mentioned how like social media is becoming the new search engine, and then I saw a great article about TikTok is actually significantly like cutting into search. Like it's still not on Google's level, but a lot of people go to TikTok first. Actually, D, I believe you told me about there's something that you um I feel like you told me something about something that you needed to get looked at or something you needed that you were trying to fix, and then maybe, oh yeah, I remember it was something dealing with social media and a way to get an account like that wasn't working very well. And it's like, yeah, I found the answer on TikTok. And I'm like, maybe I should be using TikTok to find like how to get stuff wrong fixed with my phone because I'll like go look at Google, see random forums from Samsung or Android Central or whatever. But hey, maybe someone has put an answer out there for some of these problems.
Mhm.
TikTok can be very interesting for sure. But it's just not something that I have a desire right now to go physically and use. It's more of like, okay, something might link me. I'll follow people if they post. Like some people were reviving their TikTok from years ago. Like one girl just was like, I made this 4 years ago, and which is like I just realized it's really bad timing because we might not even be able to use it. And I need to like actually post a draft that I had literally started creating last year in April, and I could not finish it, and I've just not had the energy to finish it, but I need to. I'll describe my emails. Put some ASCII art, niche, just literally like the old school ASCII art from game, like back when game was a GameSpot and like all those old websites would have like walkthroughs and like forums for games, and they would just have all the ASCII art. Um, yeah, Snapchat. Oh, and Apple Maps. Wow. Okay, I didn't realize you had a problem there.
yeah, some plain text for the YouTube viewers.
Oh no.
Wow. Yeah, no, you don't have to do
That's
that.
true. That's true, Chad. It's actually kind of absurd. Like I already have problems with some apps when I get really hooked in. Like I had the big issue with TikTok, but now I don't even go on it. I'm very proud of that. But it's Link's Awakening. Yeah, I need to get back on. I never played that game for real. I know. I can imagine the emoji. Um, but yeah, that's
I
the
can imagine the emoji. Sorry for
Oh,
miming the emoji.
power of imagination.
sometimes our imagination runs wild, so be careful. It might
True.
it might go, yeah, it might go there.
Yeah. Be the emoji.
Be the emoji.
Oh boy.
Taste the emoji.
Mm.
Like
Yes.
that needs to be on a shirt.
Speaking of attention span, Rocky's like, what were we talking about? Um,
I mean, Rocky, we are talking about taking things one step at a time, how to plan for a better future by setting realistic goals. And right now, we kind of got sidetracked. And this is what happens when we don't set realistic goals nor put up realistic expectations because the attention span is like, ooh, squirrel. There we go. We go chase after the squirrel. Yes. So, oh my goodness. This is good. This is good. This is good. I love it. I love it because again, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, a lot of stuff that we're dealing with, it happens, And so as we're going to try to pivot back, but I know it may go left field at any point in given time. So again, I'm going to try. When we think about setting up goals, when we think about, and especially when the goals are more so realistic, like what are the things that you do to kind of get you ready for them? And I'm gonna post a question in the chat as well. So, what do you do to get ready for your goals?
Chad's
And I
funny.
spelled goals wrong.
These
Ha.
all go-
Yeah,
How do you spell goals?
I have no idea. Okay, my queen.
GOLES or something?
I did GAOLS.
Oh, you just did the O and the A.
yeah.
Other okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of interesting.
I can never forget in middle school. No, it was high school one time. Like for whatever reason, I just forgot how to spell soup. I was just having like a brain fart moment, and like my friend was like being kind of mean. Like she just like switched around the letters for soup, and I was like, oh, it's SOUP because she was saying like SUPO or SO. I was like just to fuck with me. And I was like, why didn't you just like? I was like soup. It was like SOOP, no SOPE, nope. I was like,
Mhm.
how do you spell? Like it was just one of those moments.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. Interesting.
God.
Vision board.
Oh,
Oh, okay. That's actually interesting.
Jules.
Yes.
Oh Lord, no! I already see what you're doing there, Mish, and absolutely not. Not today. Well, possibly. I see. I think I see what you're doing. If you're igniting the war, I think you're igniting. Um,
Yes.
skill, acquire the
Mm.
tools and people I need to help me achieve it. Make mistakes and write down the process. That's actually super important because I
Mm.
can be hesitant. I know with like that first step of having to make mistakes. Get ready for your goals.
And I'm gonna just throw this out here too as well for those viewers on Twitter. This goes for our viewers on Twitter. I'm sorry, we still can't see your comments. We still can't see your
Mm.
lovely faces.
Mm.
I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna try to make sure you are included as well. So for those people who are going to be watching this via Twitter, in the comment section, please let us know, you know, what your goals are, and we're going to try and pull them up and merge them over. However, we're going to do that, but we're going to try. We're going to make this thing work. So, Twitter, you are not left out. You are not forgotten. Twitter, you're not forgotten. So, if you're watching this on Twitter, this is the question. over here. Yes, this is the question that you need to answer, and put it in the comment section, and we'll pop it up or populate it up. I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all get the point. Y'all get the point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You get the point. So yeah, we got some good stuff. We got good stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You know, I've always thought about making a vision board, but
Hmm.
I just have yet to do that. But I think it's like such a great thing. Like I've heard great results from vision boards because sometimes you really do just need to like see it and just have it like be in your face all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Mm.
haven't made it. I know my oldest sister has done it. I'm always thinking one step ahead. Yes. So
But
Twitter's been real.
Twitter is being real Twitter right now.
I
I can
I
I
can't
can
be.
see that.
Twitter's cool. Yeah, that step thing is a big one.
Yes.
suck at taking steps. I tend to just kind of go in head first. I'm definitely very Mark Zuckerberg, move fast and break things.
Uh,
Like,
Oh.
I understand how like that's not a good thing to do, but I do think it works in certain cases. Like
Mhm.
you know, I know I say this like a bajillion times about the whole like do it scared thing, but like because like if I don't do it, I'm not going to do it. Like no shit,
Mhm.
Sherlock, but like it's like I gotta start, and once I'm like in it, it's like oh shit, I'm in it now,
yeah.
and then I just have to continue being in it and keep doing it. So for like
Ooh.
so to like actually like write down a step by step thing, I think that would definitely help me. At least like keep me like kind of situated and like on task because I can get very like scatterbrained and just kind of all over the place and just think like, oh, I need this, I need that. Like, I'm getting like all ego in my head sometimes, even about this about Agreeable Gray Area podcast. It's like, oh, I could get like a really nice camera and start, doing the video, and that's something I do want to incorporate.
Mm.
But it's like, okay, I'll like think realistically. A camera's really fucking expensive. Like, it's like, if anything, let me just start with like this camera, the one that's like on my laptop here. If I want to start doing that, just to start and just work up from there. I don't need to get all fancy schmancy. But I do sometimes like reach ahead and go like way far when I really don't need to. So like the step by step thing, absolutely, and writing it down is actually a better thing for sure because I think it is good to like visualize it, even if it's in just writing. Do I believe in? I personally believe in manifestation. I've kind of seen it happen in my life
Mm.
personally. Like, but like, I feel like it's one of those things where it kind of keeps you like what I was saying, just kind of keeps you on track.
Mhm.
So, whether you're like manifesting like a really great job, like I feel like if you write it down or really like talk to yourself or pray to, or you pray about it, like you tend to focus on it more because it's just more so like you see it more and like you're looking out for it more.
Mm.
Um, so that's I guess kind of how I perceive like manifestation. Like, let's say you're manifesting, thinking about, praying about, like a 6-figure salary or something. When you're looking for jobs, you're probably like gonna really start seeing like the salary on jobs, and you'll probably feel just a little bit more confident and more inclined and feel like this is more for you because you've sort of accepted it within yourself, which is really important. I think like I'm sort of realizing as I talk it through, so bear with me.
No,
Mm.
you good.
I
You're
like
good.
But I do think that like when you really start to tell yourself what it is that you want and like actually like accept it and like yeah, like when you accept and realize like, hey, this is something that I can actually acquire. Something, someone, um, then you start to notice it more and you start to I guess feel more confident about it and feel like this thing is or this person is for me. Like I've written down like months ago like what I want in a partner. It's like right here. And like I'm starting to kind of you know, I'm I'd say I'm giving less time to guys that I would probably try to see things with, you know. And like there are, maybe like a guy who I normally probably would have just like not really, may have not have given him the time of day. I'm like, you know what, like he's actually like super great. Let me, give him more time, sort of thing, and like see how this goes. So I do believe in manifestation. I do. Hmm.
Yeah, I guess I just never give myself the time for like the kind of meditation, the kind of like yes, like the mentality change of like I'm gonna like put this in the universe so that way I can follow, and it is important. Um, but I feel like I kind of might think of a goal, maybe I'll write it down, but do I put it in the place I'll remember to see it later? Probably not. And that's something I actually meant to do. I think I actually have a little whiteboard that someone gave me, um, but I don't have a place to stick it. And so I was like, maybe I'll use that and like start writing something just so I have a goal I could see. I have a planner that I bought earlier in the year, like literally like around probably January. Never used it, or maybe I used it at some point, but then just never. And I even had a virtual one. It was like a virtual one and a physical one. Didn't use them. I had an old planner probably that I was using last year, and there was a point I was kind of using it semi consistently, but that fell off by some point. And so it's like okay, I have to kind of just um be a little more intentional because I think I'll think of things and then they just leave, and I kind of am flying by the seat of my pants, definitely, in terms of living
Same.
life. So, um, I like the kind of suggestions I've seen here. Trello's nice. I definitely used it when I was trying to like do like to do list tasks. I think either when I first moved to Boston for work or probably even when I was in grad school, there's a point where I was like, let me use Trello. It'll give me like a way of putting down kind of just because I just needed like a basic like to do type thing. Like I've tried AnyDo, I've tried um, Microsoft to do, which used to be something else, but Microsoft kind of acquired it. But that one is actually not too bad. I use that for like when I find new books to read, when I would have like maybe new movies or documentaries I want to watch, but not like really serious like goal setting. Like I've had a life coach before. It was nice, and
How was it?
actually I was just talking to someone about this yesterday, or 2 days ago, and yeah, it was. I mean, I have a good relationship with the person, and like it did help me sort of identify areas that maybe I want to grow in. This was when I first moved, probably like halfway through the year. It was like August, and I moved in January in 2019, and it was not on purpose. I found this person from an engineering or it was like a computer science conference. Um, and so it was good because I was able to sort of look at what are areas in life like stability or security, like finance, health, um, things like spirituality, other things that you kind of want to like. First of all, see how you rate on a scale of 1 to 10 each of these, and then two, um, where would you actually rank the importance of a lot of these things in relation to each other? So it kind of did help to just like map out what are things like because you can kind of come up with random goals like, oh, I want to learn this language or I want to read these books, but sometimes there's like more fundamental things that you kind of need to do. Actually, there was a book, not a book, it was I think it's called Improvement Pill, it's a YouTube channel that I accidentally found one time when it was in grad school. I was like, it was during spring break, so the timing was kind of nice because I had time to just focus on things. And it was like how to like motivate yourself to do anything. Like it was a really nice video. And it I guess it was a longer series of like how to like come up with goals, and it said that there's like 3 basic goals. I'll find the video and I'll link it, but it was like 3 basic goals that are often like the kind of core goals. Like there's a word where it's like you have these kind of like core goals or core like habits. That was it. It was about, because the whole idea was about how to start new habits. Really, it was about how to break old habits, which then what meant you need to replace them with new habits. And so he was kind of saying like, yeah, like a big one is like, you know, trying to make sure that you read every day, right? Or you exercise every day. Or there's another one, meditate. That was a big one. And that one has its own benefits. And so if you kind of have these core habits, then you can kind of stack habits on top of each other. So that's a little different. I mean, it could still be related to goals, if you're trying to start a new habit or break an old one.
For sure.
But that was an interesting video. But that was like, what, March 2018 when I found that. So it's always interesting when you kind of identify what goals you want. But then sometimes it might be hard to just throw a new random goal without sort of addressing things that are already going on.
But Toby, I wanted to ask, like, why, like, how did you find the life? Well, you said like you kind of met them, but like, why did you decide to, I guess, like hire them? Like, what was the reason for you? Like, what led you to like hiring them as your life coach? Was like this a friend who happened to be a life coach who gave you some advice, or were they like legit your life coach that you hired?
No, this was someone I met at this conference, and it was the session because it was really a session that was being done based on the track. At that point, I was working full time, so it was probably like the industry professional. But I think multiple people, anyone from different tracks, could go on this because this was like a conference for Blacks in computing. So a lot of it was catered towards grad students, people who wanted to be professors, tenure track professors, associate professors, or people who wanted to go into industry. So this was a session about burnout and how to manage burnout. And so this Black woman who used to be an engineer, and she basically was, you know, talking along with some other people. And then she was giving basically free sessions, like 15 minutes, which I mean, basically like a little like session that you could do just to see like, would you be interested in like essentially mapping out some goals and having the life coach. So I did sign up for a session. It was like a virtual thing after the conference ended. It's probably a week or 2 later. And we ended up talking probably for 30 minutes or more. So I was like, okay, this could be useful because there are a lot of things I feel like I should do, but I haven't had time to really focus on because I've just been dealing with work. I'm working full time. I had just bought a car. I think I bought my first. I saw something in the chat a little bit, but I'm just gonna.
Not to know where your life coach me.
This is good. Oh, I cannot. What's the word? Disclaimer. The results may vary.
I just realized Gil's comment. I didn't see that.
That's the one. Actually, I kind of saw in the corner of my eye. But I was like, let me not. Before.
First screenshot taken.
He had a point. He said, "I care." Like Gil, we get you.
Yeah.
We get you.
It's fatality.
Yes.
So I mean, it was like it might not be for everyone, but it was kind of nice just to see. And you could probably find resources that are free where it's like, because part of it too is the accountability, the check-in, and the like, let's have sessions. Let's like try to come up with an actual, maybe a schedule that you could look at daily or weekly that will help you to, like, if you want to deal with exercising, how do you budget that time? And if you're trying to do something with finance, like for instance, you might not check like your cash flow as much. So like writing out a budget and using apps that you can do to track that and actually using them, because I had apps like Mint, but I wasn't really checking them on any basis. Plus there's just a lot of like, it's not always super accurate. So sometimes you have to manually categorize transactions so you can properly see where your money is going. And that can be an effort. So it was just nice to kind of have like, okay, I can talk through the different things I need to do and then actually figure out a game plan. But I kind of spread out it was a lot of energy into a lot of areas. And I had to at some point pivot to just be like, I just need to work on my job because I need to continue to stay hired, because I just had to like manage some different transitions in the company. And that was my first year. So I kind of like ended up not focusing as much on some of the older original goals, or I should say, goals. But I mean, it was cool, and I actually have been telling myself I need to reach back out to her because we lost a little bit of touch in COVID, and we reconnected. We saw each other at a conference this year, which was crazy. I went to Nesby in March, and that was in Anaheim, LA area, California. And so I saw her there. I was like, oh my god! So it was just like a really cool reconnection because I'd only seen her in person once in 2019 at the conference. Um, a different conference that was for blacks in computing. And then this year I see her the black engineering. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And so I've always supposed to have been like, I need to call, I need to catch up, I need to do whatever. And I just feel like I never had the time. And so that's the other thing is you kind of have to like make time for those things. Like even if you have the accountability or someone, you still have to kind of like do things in the interim.
No, for sure.
Agreed. Agreed. Definitely agreed. And actually, I like I like where you just left off at, Toby, because it does give another pivot. Because I know you're saying like you said like you got to find time, you got to help, you got to be accountable, and then the part two to all of this is, do you have anybody who's going to hold you accountable for your goals? Do you have I like to call I like to say accountability partners. So in the chat, here we go. Do you have an accountability partner? And I'm gonna say this just in case. Boom.
Mhm. Oh yeah, true. I was actually just talking to a friend about how like I wish I had like a food accountability person, like someone who to hold me accountable for like food. I'm not terrible with food. It's well, I'm not like where I want to be, and like I want to definitely make. Oh, that's great. That's great to be in 3 group chats with creators who hold each other accountable. I definitely want to be like, I definitely want to like improve in terms of like my body goals. So like food is a massive thing, but like I don't have anyone to hold me accountable. Well, like my trainer kind of does, but I guess like I wish I just had. But I feel like a nutritionist or dietitian is sort of the thing. So that's like what my friend was saying. He's like, "Aren't you just thinking of a dietitian?" I was like, "True." I have a really good friend who's a nutritionist, but I'm not gonna talk to him every single time like everything that I eat. So because like I already have like a personal trainer, I have a therapist. So like I feel like the therapist is like my happiness accountability partner. Just in terms of making sure I do things and making sure I'm doing things what's best for myself and looking out for myself and then I have like my personal trainer who like I gotta make sure I'm like getting stronger and eating better and working out and getting to the goals that he that I told him like that's what I want. But like you said, Toby, about like what you got to do like in the interim in the between times between seeing this person, like you're essentially accountability partner. Like it does take a lot of work. Like it is pretty hard. Like yeah, I talk about like working out and fitness a lot, but like it's still very new to me. Like I've never worked out this consistently in my entire life. Like I started seeing my trainer last year, like 2021 April. And it's been great. Like I love, like how my body looks and everything, but it's also like just been a struggle, like continuing because it's still something I'm so new to. I didn't really like do any sports in high school or anything, or like, it's not like my friends are really like all that sporty or, like athletic or like I have like a couple of friends who like work out consistently, but they kind of just work out like at like their own times. So like they have their schedules. I'm still trying to like figure out my schedule. But yeah, no, like definitely having an accountability partner is fantastic when it comes to like literally anything. One of my good friends, like when I was starting my podcast, I believe it was my podcast I was working. Yeah. Like he just like volunteered himself. He was like, "Yeah, I don't mind being your accountability partner to like really get you started and stuff like that." And I was like, "Okay." So it's just nice to be able to be like, "Hey, you know, I opened the program that I record my podcast on with. It's like Audacity or Adobe Audition. I don't pay for it. It's from my job. Like I don't want like I just need to throw that out there. I'm not spending money, but because it's a fucking expensive program. And even if it's something as small as that, even if it's just plugging in my mic and sitting in front of the computer, like it's hard. Like even this live stream, like y'all are my accountability partners. Like it's like, oh, I can't. It's like I can't let Ron and Toby down. I gotta show. It's not like, and I'm sure like we all go through this, and I know we've had this conversation before where it's like, there's gonna be times when you don't really feel like coming on, but then you come on and it's great. You could have just been having like a shit day, and you just don't really want to continue on with the day. Accountability, buddy.
Okay.
I like that.
I heard that exact term, the accountability buddy.
Accountability buddy.
I think that was something when it was when I literally when I was doing a summer bridge program going into college, and it was very boot camp-esque without the physical, like, oh, no push-ups, but like we definitely had to be like up early if we didn't. And anyone like broke one of the rules, we all got consequences. So, and there was like 75 of us. So like imagine 75, like what, 17-year-olds, 18-year-old high school graduates trying to like keep each other in check. And it was like an academic thing, but it was 6 weeks, probably one of the longest 6 weeks of my life. But a really good sort of just like to help us kind of build that cohort and cohesion. But I know like the account is like we need accountability partner, someone that you can like check in with to make sure you got all your academic stuff before we head out for the day. Because once you head out for the day, that's it. Like you're not going back to the dorms. So good luck. If you forget like your book or your notebook, and then some other stuff. So yeah, that accountability buddy. It was always kind of like a little joke the way it was said, but it was like, hey, we do need accountability partners.
I like it. Accountability buddy. I like it.
Big. It was big. I don't talk about it with my family really. Like my oldest sister, I have had conversations with. I know like early last year, maybe at some point early this year, like we were sending each other voice messages on WhatsApp when we didn't necessarily have time to always talk on the phone, but it would mostly be like these are things I need to get done and I hadn't gotten them done.
Okay.
And I could like talk about because even the thing that Gail said about being in a group chat, like, and I don't want to take away because I know Elle, you were saying something before we accountability buddy. So go ahead if and
okay. I was kind of interested.
I mean, I can go. It's just I just like snapped back. Like, wait a second. I think you were saying something.
You did remind me, like when you said like Gail has like 3 different group chats. Like, what also kind of keeps me, and I have 2 separate thoughts. It's like what kind of keeps me like going when it comes to like working out is after every workout I take a picture of myself, like just a really like like low, like just like a whatever kind of selfie. It's not like cute or anything, and I send it to like one of my good friends, like, and a group chat. And like it's like a little account. It's like a little thing. Like, hey, I worked out. I did something. It could be as small as like I went for a 15-minute walk to I did a 2.5 hour long hit workout. So it's just like to keep accountability. Like one of my good friends, like right when I started working out, he suggested that because he was like, yeah, I'm in like a group chat where we do this. So, you just take like a, like a low pressure selfie just after your workout and you send the picture. I was like, okay. And it's kind of nice because like you have like pictures of yourself so you see the progress. And, it's just like a friend who you're just sharing a picture with. And it's just like, hey, I did my workout. It was like, and then, like, woohoo, great job. And then I started doing that with, I brought that up to like some friends, like in a group chat. It's like, hey, we could do that. So like we do that. I feel like I'm still the main person to do that. But hey, they do mention like, hey, I'm gonna do some yoga. I got like a yoga video, up. I'm about to do so. Like it's cool, like to see them like doing things and like being. I guess like I'm also like inspiring them because it's a selfie of me in like my workout outfit. So, and I used to do it with like some other people, other people who I told us about because as some of you may know, like I like to say like I work out for just shallow reasons, just evil reasons, just like it doesn't have to be like moral reasons. It's just like okay, I just want to be hot, like I'm it's like I'm not out here to like oh, I just want to be healthy and be able to chase the grandkids around. Like no, it's like that. I know that's gonna come too. It's like oh, I just want to be more confident. I was like no, I just want to be the hottest thing in the room. Like, and that's that's totally fine. Of course, like the healthiness is great as well, but so like I would tell like other people about this and they're like yeah that's great, and like they would take the selfies and share them with me for a while, then they would just kind of stop and fall off. I was just like oh, I guess you didn't want it as hard as I did.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, no, like I don't think zombies know how to ride bikes, so you're several steps ahead actually.
Yes.
Yes. This is true.
Several steps at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I do agree with you, Rocky. Like making goals a healthy competition with others could help some people, like for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I agree.
some people may feel as though like competition isn't really like their thing, but then if it kind of like pushes them, like whatever pushes you, like whatever gets your ass to do the thing that you want to do, like go for it. Exactly. Spite, fear, anxiety are all valid motivators.
Yeah.
For sure. Jealousy. Like that's
Mm.
like I know that sound like it's like that thing you're afraid to admit. It's like, oh, my wife has like a really young coworker who she became friends with and he has a six pack and you might feel some type of way. That's fine. Go use that as motivation. What?
Right, D?
Hey. It's like,
Right,
why
D?
not? I got one life to live. Why might as well? If I have the opportunity to be that girl, why not? From what I've been told, my life. Why not?
There, I'm a drink. I'm a drink. I'm a drink. I'm a drink. But and again, and again, the reason why I asked that question is because there's two people who actually got me thinking. Especially over the course of this week. Of course, you L, as she hides her face. L was one of them, but the other person The other person actually was hold on. Just I mean I mean not wrong.
It's okay. You can use the force for good.
Yes, you can use the force for eat.
You go to
Anyways,
yeah. Definitely what Gil
any-
said. Sometimes I remember daydreaming where it's just like you feel like you have to like there's like random things, right, where you visualize like I have to finish this thing in this time or I kept thinking memes about it where it's like if I don't finish this thing by this time, then like I don't know, someone's just gonna have like a heart attack or die. Like okay, maybe that's like a little morbid. But like
Dang.
or like if I don't get off the bus to this time, the door will close. And like you could think really dark, weird things. Um, but the thing that he said, like, yeah, like the client expects you to fail. Like you don't necessarily have to have animosity towards the client as you're working with them, but you know, what does it say? There's the path to the dark side. But it gets you a six pack. Yeah, I mean, listen, if a whole village of if the whole camp of Jedi kids have to die, then so be it. The six pack will be six packing.
Just saying.
Right? I mean,
That I don't want you to know.
we don't know what was under Darth Vader. Like, we don't know his ab situation. We know his face situation, but we don't know his ab situation.
We know his arm and leg
he
situation.
was a butterface. He was a bottom face. The face not looking so good, but I bet his whole body was just pristine. That's what they don't want you to know.
Right? No, hate burns calories.
That's true.
God.
Oh no,
Hey.
That is
Ow.
so harsh.
that's painful.
Man. That is.
Mhm.
That is. Wow. So sorry for you. So sorry. But no, actually, Gil, you're actually one of the other people. I was at work today and Elle, she had posted a live stream session that you had just did because you were fixing up one of your clients' podcasting studios or whatnot. And you actually said something very, very profound. You were saying how like a lot of times when you want to do something, because again, you cited L, and you're like, a lot of times when I want to do something, I normally yeah, I saw it. Oh yeah, I saw it. I didn't see it live. I didn't see it. I was at work, so I didn't catch the live, but I caught it after you went live. But you were still dropping nuggets. You were still dropping nuggets. And the one thing that you said that actually stood out is you were like, if you want to do something, find people who's doing the same thing that you want to do and allow them to be in a weird way your motivation to do it. If you say that you want to be a podcaster, find people who's already doing podcasting. If you want to work out and make your six packing, find people who's getting that six pack and six packing. If you want to be a streamer, find people who are streamers. If you want to do whatever you want to do, find people who's doing whatever you're doing. It makes total sense. It makes total sense. And even then, going back to the group chat, I'm in a bunch of Discord servers. One of them is a Grand Theft Auto RP Discord server. And so everybody was pretty much posting, their 2022 snapshots as far as saying, this is what I've done and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, okay, cool, great. So I'm trying to look at mine and I can't get a hold of mine because I'm like, man, I just want to know how I did personally because I know there was a point of time where beginning of 2022, I was going hard, streaming like 3-4 days a week, not necessarily having like a set schedule, but it was more so consistently at night. But somewhere in that middle part, I just kind of just did like, eh. And even then, just recently, it was kind of like, okay, I'll stream once a week or once every couple of weeks or once every blue moon type of ordeal. And again, like I said, I was just trying to get my numbers because a lot of people they were already talking about like, come 2023, I want to go partner for Twitch. And even still, there's a bunch of people that I've followed as far as this year goes. They're already submitted their applications to become Twitch partners, which is like phenomenal. It's like, let's go for it. Whatever we can do to help support you, let's do it. But I got to thinking to myself, like, is that something that I really want to do? Because like I'm o- I'm kind of okay where I'm at, but at the same time, I still want to do what I love. I still want to showcase different video games. Like I just got a free game, Gundam Evolution, and so basically, it's like if anybody who's played Overwatch, basically is like that, but with the majority of all the Gundams that you could think of. I know a lot of the fans are saying there's like a handful that's missing, but you still get a nice collective bunch. And so I'm like, I would love to stream that. I would love to stream that. Just because it's something different, something unique. And again, it's a free game. Like, who does not want to play a free game, especially if it's dealing with Gundam? Like, why not? And so I'm like, I gotta find time to kind of like carve out of my already busy, overly complicated schedule as it is. And even if it's like an hour here and there or two here and there, you know, nah, no, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. Nah, I don't. I have what we call a dad bod underneath this, and it's not hot tub ready for Twitch. No way. No. No. And even then, the people who do the hot tub streams,
I didn't know this was a thing, so I was like, wait a
oh,
second.
oh yes, it
Yeah.
is. Toby, Toby, you sit right there and you go to Twitch. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a thing. It is crazy. It's crazy. Folks is dropping like it's crazy. I'm just put it like this. It's crazy, and people pay for it. People pay just to see it, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like seriously, seriously. Like I recall, I don't know if I sold it here, but I mean, yeah, they're basically half naked. Like, of course, why not? They're in a hot tub. So again,
Right.
you know, there you go. And in this industry, I guess sex sells. So there you go. But no, like I was telling oh, this was 2 weeks ago. No, yeah, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I was on Twitch, chatting with one of the homies, and I told them like, yeah, like there was a girl who was having sex on Twitch. Didn't get banned. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Getting it in too. Getting it in. And and for anybody who knows, you see the rhythm and the flow. It's like, wait a minute, what are you doing? Like, if you're dancing, that's one thing, okay. But if you're dancing off camera, like, what are you doing for real? No, no, oh no, oh no. People was throwing a fit about it. And the crazy thing about it was what sparked the outcry was there was a very well known up and coming Twitch streamer who got banned for not even that. They got banned for something less than that, which was stupid.
So but this woman was also up and coming a lot probably, and she didn't get banned. That's crazy.
I tell you,
Like that's a lot of up and coming. And anyway, Twitch is
yeah,
the new
yeah.
OnlyFans.
I'm
I,
telling you,
I think it's like if you're familiar with some of like the not safe for work subreddits, there's like a very popular one called Gone Wild. And in the
hmm
rules of Gone Wild, like anyone can post, men or women. The top posts, the posts that always get shown are women. Men can post. There are posts of men that always gets downvoted to, to oblivion to essentially say, you don't belong here.
mm.
Like men shouldn't post here. Even though the rule says you can, you kind of can't. And I think that's probably like sort of the same thing that just kind of happened with Twitch, where in this scenario where it's like, okay, she can do this because she's like, we're a bunch of probably like, men, boys. So like this is okay for me. But if a guy does this, I don't want to be seeing that.
Mm.
To get out of here. So I might be like,
Right.
that's what I'm thinking. Like in terms of that case, of course, that's not how it is all the time.
Oh
Yeah. Well,
no.
Rocky says the market always decides.
Yeah, which is sickening. Which is sickening. Which is sickening. And it sucks because it's like really, and mind you, this is not the first time this has happened. This is not the first.
I'm sure.
This is not the first time it has happened. So it's just like, are we coming to this now? Are we going to accept this as okay? Are we not going to crack down on it? Because again, according to, you know, terms of service, it's not supposed to happen. That should have been banned, out the wazoo. Like we even after everything was all said and done for the first 5-10 minutes, that should have been cut off. But no, oh no, oh no, you probably won't be able to see it again unless somebody has a clip of it and puts it on Twitter or whatnot. But other than that, mm-mm, it's crazy. It's crazy. But no, going back to what I was saying before, you know, the between Gil and Al is like, a lot of things that you guys are saying is like, okay, I would love to get back into it. I would love to because I had fun doing it. I enjoyed it. It was one of those other than Tuesday nights, streaming. It was one of those things where it's like, I looked forward doing it. I did. I enjoyed that. I love the conversations, the interactions, everything else. And even then, finding like that nice solid like hour, 2 hours before I go into work in the morning time, that was perfect for me. That was
Mm-hmm.
fun. I had a lot of fun, and then raid out to somebody else's channel, let somebody else, have fun. Like, yeah, I'm going to work and everything else, but drop your friends off, take care of them, don't do nothing weird. If you do something weird, just don't get caught. Bye. I'm out. And that was it. That was it. So those are my 2 cents because I think this conversation needs to be had, just like any and every conversation we've had needs to be had. And again, like I said before, let's be realistic about this thing because again, we know within the next couple of weeks, December is done and over with, and we're rolling into 2023. So before we get to 2023, let's help each other out and be like, okay, what can I do to um, be better, but at the same time, not set myself up for failure?
Mm.
And again, there's nothing wrong with failure as long as you learn from it. If you don't learn from it, now you got an issue. But for those who failed and you learned something from it, go for it. Go for it. I had because I know. Let's see, Toby. I think you said this about having a whiteboard.
Mm.
I had. I used to have one. I actually got to buy another one. I got to buy a new one. My old one, I had it. on my refrigerator on the side that's over here. And so I had it on there, and it basically had like a lot of things that I wanted to get done, I wanted to accomplish, and everything else. And then next to it, I had like a daily planner of like, okay, this is what I have right here. Okay, these are the steps I want to do in order for me to get to where I wanted to go. And especially when I was doing like foreign exchange trading, that was the one thing that I did to kind of help me keep going and help me to keep pushing and everything else. And so it was like, okay, if I could do this and do this and do this, and you know, just have some fun with it, let's go for it. So let's see. Yes, there we go. Yes,
So
I agree.
I love it.
I agree.
Hmm.
I agree. I like to think of it as we're finna go on this boss raid, and I'm going to be the support person that does crowd control, but make sure that everybody else got enough juice to get their attacks off. And I'm gonna put in my own two licks because I can do so. But yeah, that's me. I
yeah,
like that.
I like the analogy.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah. Oh yeah. But no, like with 2022 pretty much almost gone. Got like 2 more weeks. Am I looking
No.
at that right? No, 3 more weeks.
Yeah,
No, wait, no, two. We got two. Holy crap, we got
like 2 and some
2 more weeks.
change.
The 31st is on a Saturday.
Yeah, so 2 and some change. Like I know it's crazy. Like this is like the center of the month.
Yeah, yeah, it's like
We really are getting to that point.
I know it's so weird. Like
it is.
like I can't like I felt kind of over this year since like October, like September, October shows just like I don't know, 2022 just feels old. Like it feels so last year.
Yeah.
but
Sounds about right. I'll take that.
but but I don't know, like I still can't process like 2023.
Hmm.
What is this like Dungeons and Dragons?
I played a lot of DC Universe and Diablo, so like a lot of the
No, like
two,
RPG
I
things.
get.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the
Yeah, I can see L being a rogue.
I don't
It's
know.
like neither neither good nor bad, but she's good if she's on your team. She's bad if it's a bad thing if she's not on your team.
yeah,
Just throwing
no,
that out there.
You could be a Super
no,
Smash Bros.
no,
Yeah,
like no,
yeah.
you're not wrong. It's like not to get all zodiac sign on you, but I am a Leo, double Leo, sun and moon.
Mm.
So like we're like Leo's always known to be like really like loyal, and if you like fuck up, you fuck up big, and we'll just like cut you off, like like mid sentence for the rest of your life, sort of thing. Like, burst damage
Mm.
coming from L.
Yep, yep. Final Fantasy, especially that you
ah.
got to. Yes. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on,
I,
sir. Hold on, sir. Hold
yeah.
on, sir. Hold on, sir. I might take low key offense to that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's
I
oh,
could I
for a nerd card.
yes. I couldn't get into Dungeons and Dragons. I couldn't get into Warcraft. I couldn't get into Starcraft. Couldn't get into those. Couldn't get into those. However, however, if you say, "Hey, you want to play some Diablo?" I might be inclined. I
mm,
might be inclined. I will get down to some Diablo. He's like, "Hey, you play DC Universe? Like, sure, why not? What's another good RPG? I had Desert Storm, Black Desert, not Desert Storm.
What the hell,
Holy
Gil?
crap! Wow.
Was that
Is that is this a reference
was
to?
that like a real RPG?
No, Black Desert is a real RPG.
Okay.
Black Desert is a real RPG. Desert Storm is a conflict that happened over in the Middle East, I think. Wow. Wow.
That's our nerd. Like, Black Desert is amazing.
Black Desert. Oh man.
Black Desert. I don't know. I've heard of it, but
Oh
never
no. I got plenty of more. Trust me. I got plenty of more. Like, of course, Final Fantasy. I got those was out the wazoo. I got Final Fantasy. I got Final Fantasy Online. I got Tales of Exalia 1 and 2. I got Star Ocean. I got oh, what's the new one? What's the one I got? What's the other one I have? I got Fantasy Star Online.
Okay.
I got that one. I got that one. I got let's say Star Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I got so many, like for real. I have so many that I would literally have to go to my little entertainment cabinet and get all my RPGs that are in the disc form. Not even counting the ones I have downloaded on my PS3 and my PS4. Not even counting those, and not even the ones I have on my PC. Not even those ones as well. So yes, I may have stopped at 3 because those are the 3 that could come to the top of my head.
I know. When you said Tales, I played Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube like years ago.
Yes, that's another good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like there's a big character from there who I'm pretty sure is in Smash, the new Smash, but like I never played Tales of Symphonia.
Oh, that's good. It's good.
It is.
It's good. It's good. I know. Oh, what's the other one I got? I got Valkyrie Chronicles. It's like a turn-based RPG, tactical base, tactical based RPG. I got that one on the PS3, and I'm about to turn around and get the remastered version for the PS4, and they have a bundle where they have that one, and they also have Valkyrie Chronicles 4 remastered. So I'm gonna get both of those two probably before the end of the year, just so I can stream the both of them. I got, like I said, I got the first one, and I know the other two came out. The 2 and 3 came out on PSP. I almost say like PSP or my brother had Skyrim.
But I know some friends who were really into it when it came out, and I watched them play, but probably would be too overwhelming for me. Elder Scrolls overall.
I feel like Elder Scrolls is just way too heavy.
I heard Oblivion was really popular too.
Yeah, and then Skyrim, I think, like, was even more popular than Oblivion.
Yeah, I didn't really hear about Oblivion when it came out, except just friends who would like quote some parts of it or whatever.
Yeah.
But Skyrim was like massive, like that.
Right.
Just, God, like everything. 1670.
And that's like normal, the amount of hours. Like everybody has like insane amount of hours on that game.
Yes.
But appreciate you guys for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially you, Gil. You're out here doing all this. Like I couldn't watch the whole thing, but I remember seeing the podcasting video today, and the there was something with like camera from some weeks ago. And I was like, yeah, you're making all these nice videos, things that are pretty meta in the space, and people need that. So it's nice to see the appreciation for us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Pivot podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's all love. The way I look at it like this, it's all love. Wherever you go, it's all love. I appreciate it for real. And again, yes, just to kind of piggyback off of what Gil was saying, being consistent every Tuesday. Yeah, there's been some times where we had to miss a Tuesday here and there, but still, it was like we still made it up somehow during later on during the week. Still made it up, but still, it's just that consistency. Yeah, every
Hmm.
Tuesday. Yes, and even then, like sadly enough, there's still more topics we have to discuss that we haven't even touched yet.
Hmm.
And I think L and Toby, you guys still may have that email attachment, but there's some episodes we didn't even cover yet. There's a there's a
Oh,
bunch we have not even
ooh,
covered yet.
Right. Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that's a throwback.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, dude. Yes. Yes. And again, that just goes to show like where we started to where we at now to basically what's the goal for 2023. So
Right.
it's going to be an amazing ride, amazing
Yes,
ride.
always,
So
always, always.
before we sign off, L, Toby, do you guys have any questions you want to ask the chat or just ask each other?
Hmm.
Mm, I guess like I don't know because I think we kind of went over. I was like gonna say like, how do you guys start off like small and then gradually like
Mm,
increase?
that
Because
works.
Hmm.
like Mish mentioned Trello, which is like a I think it's like a Kanban board, which is like they have like these things called like swim lanes. It's like you could put like the title on the swim lanes like to do, in progress, done. For example, if it's like 3 swim lanes, you could probably make more swim lanes. It's like to do, um, you know, in progress, on hold, etc., and so forth. But like, so you could actually like click and drag things to kind of show progress of what you're doing, which is
Hmm.
which is kind of cool. But it's like usually like they have those Kanban boards for um like I want to call them sprints. Like for like in like businesses and companies, they have like for like agile work environments. So it's like, okay, you guys are all doing like smaller things to work towards
Mhm.
a bigger thing that's an even bigger thing. Like I think Jira, it's like tasks goes into like a story, and the story is part of an epic.
Hmm.
So for example, let's say for 2023, I want to do 2 seasons of my podcast. So that's 20 episodes. The task would be like, all right, do episode 1, do episode 2, etc., and so forth. The end of that story would probably be the full season, and then the epic would be the both seasons. It's like, okay, that epic is done, but I started out with just doing one little thing, one little podcast thing at a time. So instead of thinking of
Mhm.
like the big huge thing, that can feel very like um debilitating.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
it could feel very stifling because it's like you start to you kind of break it up. It's like, okay, let me just do one episode. All right, let me just do one episode. Ideally, I would like to, and I only did this maybe like once, maybe twice, where I actually recorded more than one episode and then released it a little bit later. But ideally, I would like to like create like things called like a bank or something of content,
Hmm.
then like release it out later, ideally. But I think this can be compared to like when somebody's trying to lose weight, where it's like, let's say they want to lose 50 pounds. And that sounds like a big astronomical number, especially if you're not someone who who works out consistently or has never really done that, has never been in a sport or et cetera and so forth. So instead of looking at and feeling discouraged if you lose 2 pounds in 2 weeks or something like that, know that you're kind of celebrate that you've lost the weight and that you're working incrementally towards that. So instead of being like, I've only lost 2 pounds, just be like, hooray, I've lost 2 pounds. I am working towards that goal. It was like, so I guess, I know this was supposed to be a question that kind of turned into my own answer. But if you have any suggestions, let me know. But it's always good to kind of celebrate the small wins, because if you're so focused on the big epic goal, the big epic win, rather than let's say you just want to lose 20 pounds in the first 6 months or something, instead of working on the little tasks towards the story that'll later become the epic, just focus on the task at hand. So
Gotcha.
yeah, that's my 2 cents.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. So yeah, no, that's good. That's good thoughts. Good food for thought. It actually makes sense too. It actually makes sense, especially if somebody is a content creator, to kind of say like, okay, for your case, L, like doing the podcast or do 2 seasons, like get one episode moved over and then do another one. But I
Mm-hmm.
really like your idea where you're saying that you wanted to do like a bank, meaning like you just want to go ahead and get them all done, knocked out the way, and then just over time release them. And even then, what that does in a nutshell is you might mess around and over exceed your goal, and you might do like 3-4 seasons in 1 year. You never know,
Right.
because you
Yeah.
you, you got all of this content saved up, and you're just releasing them as you go, releasing them
Mm-hmm.
as you go. So yeah, I think that's really smart. Really smart. Go for it.
Yeah. Ideally, I definitely want to get to that. Well, at first, I probably want to, maybe try to get into the habit of recording 2 episodes. It's a session rather than just one episode and then weeks later another episode, but maybe over a weekend, just you know spend it's probably max 2 hours. Like, it always seems like a lot of time, but then I think about how I literally spend an hour in the gym with my trainer, maybe an hour and some change,
Mm.
and I haven't even been all that consistent with working out throughout this year and a half or so. And I still saw a lot of progress simply because of keeping consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't canceling on him and pushing things back unless it was serious. It's I'm not feeling well, or something came up, of course. But for the most part, it's all right, let me do this. And consistency is definitely key, and celebrating
Yes.
the small wins, no matter how small. You're what my trainer always says, especially when we're working out in the park, and there wouldn't really be anybody out there, especially early as hell in the morning sometimes, 8 9 a.m., which isn't super early, but it's still kind of early. He'll be like, hey yo, don't don't get don't beat yourself up. You're nobody's out here, nobody's working hard like you. And I know it sounds very entrepreneur, influencer, Instagram, YouTube person, but it's true though.
Mm-hmm.
It's I could definitely understand that. It's yeah, people aren't working hard, because working hard is hard.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
one thing I like to say, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but yeah, it's easier said than done. It still has to get done though. Like, it's like, it's because the alternative is like it's just not going to get done. But if it's something that needs to get done, needs to get done. It could be as small as like having to wash the dishes to something, big as like, losing 100 pounds. If this is something that you feel needs to get done, that's how I feel about making these podcasts too. It's like I don't necessarily have to, but it's like, oh, well, for whatever reason I feel like I just need to do this. And, and like, having you all, having, friends and now family, because I've actually been sharing it with people, like, like encourage me and like, are excited about coming on. Like it really helps encourage me too. So now I feel more so like I need to do this. Do I need it to sustain my life? No. Like, but it just feels like, okay, now I really do need to do this. And like, but it's like a need within myself to actually just, do this particular thing to reach this particular goal. So it's definitely a nice feeling to have. So if you have anything that you're working towards, like it has, like certain things has to get done. And granted, yeah, it's easier said than done, but like you gotta get done. You gotta get it done because what's the alternative? You're already doing it, and you don't seem to like it. So
I have to say pause to the latest Rockies. I mean, I think he's there was that person who was always talking about staying hard in terms of that motivational speaker. So I'm guessing he's referencing that. But without context, if I just saw the top comment that Rocky just said, that would be a big pause.
no, like, I don't know if you highlighted what Chad said. Like where he says like run an X minute mile versus okay. Yeah, no, for sure. Exactly. And like those kind of goals are fun. Like it's actually like that feels like a video game to me where it's like, oh shit, because there's like a lake in my neighborhood that's like kind of a mile. Like I count it as a mile because I don't really want to fucking do the actual calculations. I'm not that serious. And it's like, oh shit, I ran it faster than last time. Or it's like I ran it the same amount as last time and I haven't ran it in weeks. It's like, like it feels good. Like so that's how I feel. Like I was like, oh shit, it feels very video gamey, very RPG-ish. Where
I think one thing,
they don't call him Rocky for nothing.
Oh Lord!
Hey, let's go.
That one writes itself. The Chad's comment though, the thing anyway you were saying is those goals are fun out. Like with the run an X minute mile versus losing X pounds. I actually, I'm trying to remember if this was it was the therapist, and I kind of mentioned it like in passing, but in case people don't know, I officially, basically was referred to a therapist by my behavioral psychiatrist, which I've been seeing for over a year in terms of my like ADHD meds. But the therapist was like, hey, I think you would like this person. They're in the network. So I started a session since early September. It's been very inconsistent just because of some logistical issues, plus now the holidays. So it's been just 3 sessions, which you normally you want to have like one every 3 weeks, 4 at the most weeks. The yeah. And so with the running, the goal that was basically the way that my therapist said, like in terms of making goals, like cognitive behavioral therapy, where it's very goal based, very action based. She was saying how like it's better to say like, I'm trying. Actually, I think she literally did use like the running, like the I want to work out for this long versus just like lose weight, or I don't want to like you don't like it's positives are better than negatives in a lot of these ways. Like I want to stop. What was it? I want to stop. I don't know if it was stop procrastinating or stop being something, stop being late. This was like rather like how can I be earlier to things or how can I give myself more time? So there's ways of being able to frame some of these goals. I mean, like Chad said, different motivations are valid, but sometimes if you can see things in a positive sense, and so that way it's more actionable than just like, oh, I just need to stop, doing X, Y, Z. I mean, losing weight, I mean, that's valid too. Like I'm not coming for that in itself, but there are ways of sort of reframing things and having more like, very like forward fit based actions versus like, okay, I'm trying to stop this thing, or I want to like not be, this. So like they both, I guess, work together, but definitely that positive spin is a really good way of coming up with like good steps. I think there was something else that I was gonna comment on. Well, I think one thing that I was gonna say earlier, I had stopped because I wanted to throw the conversation back. But kind of like, I guess in terms of a question. So I'll say the comment first, then I'll ask the question. Yeah, and that's true, exactly. Something that I had been trying to come up with was like a system for being able to kind of be productive and work with people on things. Like, not necessarily the same thing. Like some people, when you want to go work out, you'll find a buddy. Some people do those check-ins on like Instagram or Snap where they just tag a bunch of people, and that helps you be like accountable. But some people will actually be like, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym with this person, and kind of forces you, one, to meet someone to go, but then also to be productive when you're in there. With obviously with being in school, you can get a study room with a friend, study, even if it's not the same class or even the same major. You just find someone that you're gonna like be productive with. Like groups of people who encourage each other financially to like, hey, look at these stocks, look at these, options, whatever it is that you're like looking to buy or trade. And so people can kind of keep each other motivated financially. Of course, Forex, crypto, there's a lot of people who, outside of the less, like there's people who are, not maybe the most reputable with this. But then there's people who actually do want to like legitimately find ways of like making these other incomes and trying to encourage you. So I was like, there has to be a way that you can do this, but either for like errands or for your own goals, where it's like a virtual space. Either it could be like an instant chat, it could be like a call, a video call, or even audio, where you're just like in a space with someone and you both kind of are doing the thing that you need to do. Maybe I need to like call to cancel a bill or cancel a subscription that's just been like there forever, or get refunded this thing, or there's just things that are very inconvenient that sometimes come up, and it's hard to schedule time. So it's like, well, maybe if I have time, I like link up with someone virtually and find a time to sort of knock through all these tasks that I've just been putting off for months, sometimes even year. I mean, there was some really bad overdrawn, like things that I really had drawn out for the longest. And I'd always thought like, it's something that I've thought of for like a few years now. Like if I could find this service, like making a whole app or website for this would be kind of counterproductive because of the amount of time it would take. But even like ways that are like open right now, like things that you can do, in order to sort of like, you can maybe go live on social media and be like, hey, this is a working session. My oldest sister called it a hackathon, actually. She's not in tech, but my other sister, who's not in tech either, but she's been to like tech events and helped do organizing and planning. She kind of got my oldest sister on this idea of like, let's have a working session, maybe on Teams, and you just do what I need to do while you're doing what you need to do. And you could even do it during the workday if you have a lot of open, unstructured time. So that's kind of an idea like I've been wanting to like practice somehow, because I feel like it would be extremely productive for people who don't necessarily have like, first of all, like if you don't live with other people maybe, and like you don't like, you have like not a lot of external stimulus, but you still need to like get your things done, and you don't have like a great internal like structure. You can sort of like have not an accountability partner who checks in every few days or a week, but you can actually like link up with someone when people have the similar times and just be like, hey, I want to work on this thing. I've been putting it off forever. Do you have something you need to do? And you guys can get at it for like 30 minutes, an hour or longer to like get stuff done. And so I guess the question that I would actually ask is, if people have systems, I know, Gil, you mentioned the 3 group chats, which is really useful, right? If you have a group, and you have to, of course, pay attention to, you have to like really take it seriously. But like, are there systems that people have when you kind of need an extra stimulus, like for things that you're maybe not so consistent with, and you don't have like a personal trainer, but you like need to do certain things? It could be long-term goals, it could be errands, it could be things that just like getting your car looked at, and it's just been like you just haven't scheduled in that time. Like, are there things that you kind of have done in order to be able to like actually plan time, or to utilize a network of people to sort of give yourself that motivation? to like get certain things done that you probably could do not in that long of a time, but it's just the overwhelmingness of you have millions of extraneous things and you just need a way to organize them and maybe even like get help with getting it. And if there are certain systems or things that people have done, I'd be curious because I feel like I go crazy thinking about it. I'm like, does no one else need something like this? Like I pitched it to one person of mine who she's a business coach. I mean, she was a good friend, so we just talked. But she kind of said, because she was, she's not engaged to this guy, but she's dating a friend that we all went to school together. So she was like, well, I live with this guy, and so she already kind of has like an easy way of being able to keep up and keep each other accountable. But she was like, she could understand that for me, maybe being like a single young professional with no roommate. Even now I have a roommate, that's not necessarily going to help because if anything, there's more things to do taking care of the apartment and the house.
For sure.
So it's not like I could maybe, try to like bounce, be like, hey, can you help keep me accountable on this? But I think it's a little different in that case. But the point is that as someone who doesn't live with people and I don't necessarily have a lot of external stimuli, especially during COVID, it was like difficult to sort of get myself to do certain things. And like I said, it could be canceling some subscriptions. It could be getting refunds for a subscription for a long time ago. It could be like trying to get something repaired. Like if I had like something that I knew I had a warranty for, like broken earbuds or something, just things that were just like, I just don't have the mental energy or the time to do this, pick up the phone, call this. Sometimes I would be able to in like certain bursts of productivity. Sometimes not the best, like it's like too late, like, oh crap, I got charged, now I need to do this. But being proactive about these things is another big thing. And I've been trying to figure out a good system to like actually be able to sort of check things off and take on new things as they come so they don't go into an infinite backlog. And those people who've worked on like project management or like, sprints and agile development, it's like you just have a backlog of tasks that need to get done in the business cycle. And if you don't have a system of getting it done, it'll just stay there forever, which is what's happened in my personal life a lot. And I don't obviously want that to be the case. And I've been better with some things, but there's a lot that I could work on. But that's kind of like that was the comment I was going to make earlier. And, if anyone has their ideas, they can mention. But honestly, that's kind of my last thing to wrap up. It's a very important topic, and it's something that I need to sort of work on before I start throwing New Year's resolutions, which I didn't even bother this year to really make any, or I should say like last year to make any for this year. This below.
I mean, you too, but
I know you said that you're like, I don't like those people who make goals, or you made some.
Oh, well, like I wasn't saying this is. It was more so like what's your real why? What's your true why as to like why you're like, oh, I want to do this thing, I want to do that. Like, it's like just say the truth. Just just say your truth. It's like, hey. Like you want to lose weight to fit in those jeans. Well, why do you want to fit in those jeans? Because you miss how your ass looked in those jeans. Like
in those.
There you go.
Right. Yeah. It's something like that. It's like it's okay because like we all know that losing weight and we're getting in shape or working out like makes you feel more confident and it's good for like cardiovascular and like nervous system and everything and all that good stuff. Yeah. But you also like want to probably look hot though, and that's fine.
You want that thing to be banging, and nothing wrong with that thing.
Exactly.
Agreed. Definitely agreed.
Yes, but I told my trainer that about the Gurren Lagann, like when we first met, pretty much like probably like the third time. It was like because I was like, okay, I'm not going to believe in myself. I'm going to believe in the me that believes in you, or I'm going to believe in the you that believes in me. I was telling him that, and I shared with him like this little YouTube video about it, and so like he hasn't said it in like a very long time, but he would say things like that, like, all right, believe in the me that believes in you.
Like, awesome. I love it.
I love how it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense.
No, it's
Oh no,
great.
that makes a lot
I
of
never
sense.
watched it, but I always would hear friends quote this when I was in high school. So I was like, I forgot that. Honestly, I'd forgotten that because I would always hear them say that. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. I was like,
Yeah.
what are you guys saying? But I do like that.
No, the whole scene is pretty funny. It's like, no, don't believe in yourself. Believe in me. It's like, what? Yeah, believe in the me that believes in you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know
wow.
what?
Maybe we should reflect on them too. They are because they are, and negative motivations usually have underlining deep vision. That should be.
believe in
True.
the me that believes in you. Yes.
I watch it like every other day since you. It's not a bad idea.
I do need to
So,
watch those clips because there are people who do watch a lot of clips, like just motivational things on repeat or in the morning. And that would be useful. But sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. Like I was saying to girls, like, do you believe in the you that believes in you? I mean, I get,
Yes.
it makes sense too. I get that. It's like, hey, I guess that's kind of how I feel about like, I got to do things for like my tomorrow self, because like
Mm.
I know that it's like, okay, I got to do things today for my tomorrow self. It's like, okay, it's like, I'm feeling like a funk coming. I'm feeling like, I'm going on a downswing instead of just, sitting on my couch. It's like, let me like do some jump rope or maybe go to the gym or something because I've just been like slacking the entire day going to the gym. And but it's like, okay, now I feel better. Then tomorrow me feels better because like I already know that if I don't work out or, you know, go out somewhere or do something, tomorrow me is going to feel worse. And she's going to be all like, oh, why didn't we work out yesterday? Why blah blah blah? I was like, and then like I start getting what I like to call my asshole brain, which is like the negative thoughts and emotions. Yeah, it's like why? It's like why are you doing that? Like why are you sitting around? Why do you keep doing this? It's like why don't you just do the thing you're supposed to do? Find a bug in my code. That's a problem for tomorrow, Mish.
Mhm.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
I
But
did
yeah,
want
Prime time.
I did want to say like this last thing. To go off of like what Ron was saying about what Gil said, to find people who are, like doing the things that you essentially want to do, who are like just as hungry as you are. Issa Rae has like a famous like interview or quote where she said like instead of trying to network up, which is what a lot of people do, network across, find people who are just as, hungry, motivated, kind of lost as you in a way, like because they may know something that you don't, and so we're all like learning together, and like we're all sort of like on like the same level. So a lot of people will try to like reach out to, like fucking like Joe Rogan or some shit, or like or just try to, ride the coattails of like Elon Musk and, try to be like a kiss ass. They don't realize that they're doing that. They probably call it some sort of masculine thing, but they're really like what they call simping, like for these people. And it's like instead of, hoping to get a little drip of whatever is coming out of their nether regions, try to network across and actually get to know people who are, who you can actually meet face to face, or at least get on like a Zoom call with people who, are just like at your level, you know, and like it really helps with like, motivation. Like, but yeah, so I was just gonna, I just want to, I just want to end myself with that. Just like instead of networking up, networking across, like the same thing as like finding a friend to go for a jog with at the park,
Mm.
or even
Mhm.
just like a walk,
Yeah.
along the beach or something. But
That makes sense.
Oh
hmm.
yeah.
Cross. Yeah, and I feel like
Perfect.
that's what I do naturally a lot anyway.
Yeah,
Or like if I'm going to academic conferences, or I'm going to like professional events, it's like, I talk to people, but I honestly think, oh man, I need to like find the manager, the director of this program, so I can. It's just like, oh nice, I meet other cool professionals, people who, I mean, it's hard to gauge. Are they higher up? I mean, they might be, in some place in their company, but it's not like a role I'm trying to get. It's just nice to like, connect. And then what you're saying, though, less like what you're saying too is really good, because that kind of reminds me of like the accountability piece, where it's like, let me find someone that will help me, like not because they're in a higher place per se, but because you're on the journey together. Like there's a great proverb. I thought of this earlier when I don't remember what someone said, but it was probably closer to the middle of the stream or even beginning. But it was like, there was I guess African proverb where it's like, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And I would always hear that quote when I was in college, especially in the program I was in, going like the boot camp, like the scholar program I did in college. And the founder of that program, by the way, like he actually was like, and he's always the guy who would say this quote, like he would always say this quote. And he just resigned as the president of my undergrad, UMVC. He's a phenomenal man. He literally was like in the children's march during the civil rights movement. 12 years old, went to jail for like at least one day, if not more. But he was brilliant. Like this guy graduated probably college in 3 years with a math degree, got a PhD in higher education from, you're going to like this one, Michigan. Oh yeah, that's right. It goes this way. Pretty sure he got a PhD from Michigan. And he's from Alabama though, right? Because again, civil rights history and everything. But he was the president of UMBC for a long time, and then he just recently retired. And yeah, he would always say that quote, and it's just like, just really, I mean, it's simple, but it's like, yeah, go together. And what Elle said with like finding someone to jog with, it's like, yeah, you're going on a journey with someone, or you're both going on a journey to like some kind of higher goal, some kind of higher achievement. And it's like, yeah, you can try to find people at the top to pull you up, and it's always good for motivation, but it's so much like, it's so fun just like find people who you're trying to work with together. Like back when I was in school, and it's like, we're just trying to get through this class together, and you had really great relationships with a lot of classmates or whatever. And it's not like necessarily like, I'm trying to kiss up to them. It's just we're helping each other out, and that was always really cool.
Right.
And so, but no, that's really all I have to say on this.
No, you're good. You are good. Alrighty. It is cruising to almost 11:30. It's 11:23.
Yeah.
And it's been a wild ride. And so we just wanted to say thank you guys for you guys pulling up. We would love to stay and chat all night, but some of us, we got to work, we got to wake up early and smash some goals. Yes, it's about that time. Yes, it's about that time.
Y'all don't gotta go home. Well,
I mean, you don't have to go home. You could leave your house. You're grown. You could do whatever you want to do. That's not what we're saying. But what we're saying is, I know I can speak for myself. I know my butt has to go to bed tonight and wake up early in the morning so I can get ready and actually do some other things, because I actually started back up working out yesterday. I started yesterday. So took today off to kind of relax. And tomorrow I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go twice as hard, because a lot of the stuff that I wanted to get done, I got done today to pretty much help me prep me to get ready to work out tomorrow morning. So like super excited, super stoked about it. And go from there. From there. So that's my goal. That's my reason of why my crazy tail wants to or needs to get off, so I can go to bed and get some decent rest, wake up, not hating the world. And and even then, just because I want to get a good night's sleep. I haven't had a good night's sleep in like almost 3-4 weeks now. So I want to get a good night's sleep. I know that sucks, but I want to get a good night rest. I want to get a good night's sleep. I want to relax, unwind, and everything else. But yeah, like Rocky said, you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
I'll have to actually modify it because technically y'all could stay in. Y'all could stay in here. If anything, we don't gotta go home. Well, we are home, or maybe
Yeah.
Ron. At this point, Ron, I don't know if you're in the
I'm
basement
home.
somewhere.
No, I'm home. I'm in my kitchen. I just like the way how my kitchen is set up. It ain't stream worthy.
Oh, fair. Yeah. So
Stay hard.
y'all can, you don't have to go, but you can't stay. You always remember to stay hard.
Stay hard.
Y'all don't have to. Y'all can't stay here, but you can stay hard, or something.
Yeah, you said it
Stay
right,
hard.
Toby. You said it right. You
Yeah.
ain't got to stay here, but you got to stay hard. Hey, that works.
Yeah.
Good
I
night.
dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Good night, everyone. Thank you all.
All right. Good night.
All right, you guys. Good night. We will catch you guys next week, Tuesday.
Yes, indeed.
Go ahead, El. Say it again.
Good night. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah. See y'all next week. You said, yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Hey,
So-
we're on the same. We are on the same wavelength. All right, y'all.
Yeah.